Hey everybody, welcome to group break number 430. Today we have a case of 2023-24 Upper Deck Series 2. Hopefully we can snag that Bedard 1 of 1 because still hasn't been at least publicly pulled yet. So yeah, anyways, 3 times on the names, 3 times on the teams. Who you line up with is who you get. Good luck. All right. Let me switch over to team random screen. That would help. And again, as a reminder, all the Bedard cards are a random. Once, twice, third time, and along with the Chicago Blackhawks, which is why you see it being a 31 team. The lone exception to that is, as stated in the checklist, is the or in the break description, is the Bedard checklist, just because that is going to be going to the a random between Chicago and Anaheim. So, all right, 3 times on teams. Once. That is not all 32 teams. 1 second. That's the second time I've done that. Who's missing? Anaheim, I think. There we go. Oh, that is not the right thing. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Once. Twice. Third time. Oh, they end up being on top, so that's kind of funny. All right, here are your teams. Kevin, you have the Anaheim Ducks. Kyle with the... yeah, I don't know what it is about missing Anaheim. Kyle with the Vancouver Canucks, Anthony with the Ottawa Senators, Sheldon with the Toronto Maple Leafs, Bill with the Blues, Brandon with the Kraken, Johnny with the Penguins, Alexander with the Kings, Albert with the Islanders, Vivek with the Philadelphia Flyers, Doug with the Avalanche, Erwin with the Coyotes, Eric with the Sabres, Michelle with the Panthers, Alexander with the Vegas Golden Knights, Dan with the Hurricanes, Mark with the Rangers, Matthew with the Oilers, Kenneth with the Lightning, David with the Jets, GT with the Capitals, Kurt with the Sharks, Sam with the Devils, Michael with the Red Wings, Maruzio with the Blue Jackets, Garrett with the Minnesota Wild, Maxime with the Flames, Sean with the Stars, Angelo with the Bruins, Tony with the Predators, and Walter with the Habs. I don't know why I missed Anaheim again, but that's kind of funny. Whatever, in the randoms, it's just... I guess it's just like, it's scrolled down barely enough that I'm just like, oh, I think I have all the teams, but it's going to be really easy to tell next year because it'll just be Utah, or it'll just be Anaheim and there's no other A team up top. The video should still be good. If it's just the screen, then it's just because there's nothing moving. If it's not, try refreshing. But yeah, sometimes refreshing helps. Also, I am actually very curious to find out if people would like to have the break streamed on YouTube as well. I'm unsure what channel that we would stream them on. Probably either the main channel or on the breaks channel, but definitely not the TCG channel. I like Twitch's chat interface better. Perfect. Yeah, sometimes Twitch is a little finicky with that, so. All right, this should be correct. Let me double check. Again, make sure no Excel formulas got hurt in the making of the random. It looks good, though, just from a random selection. Let me find Minnesota, Garrett, Calgary for Maxime. Yep, looks good. All right, perfect. Here we go. There it is. You can't see it, but I don't know why I opened this one from the top. I always open them up from the bottom. I mean, that's what I wanted to have happen anyways. It just always throws me for a loop when the boxes go like flop. Like, no, you normally stay there, but I forgot the box has like a little bit of a indent on the side, but maybe that's a lucky case. Maybe it's a lucky case. How does that look for centering wise? Seems okay-ish. All right. I just need to move just a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. And hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the playoff hockey and not the misery that is the Canucks injuries. I mean, if you're a Predators fan, you might enjoy it, or another Canadian team. But here we go. All right, let's see what we're gonna get today. Our case hit Deep Roots Purple is Barkov with a Ecliptic of Stützle and a Luke Phillip for Chicago. I just need to get a couple decoys here. Help with the sorting of this. Let me set these over here. All right. There we go. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good day. It is pretty miserable outside this morning when I had to go run and get some cheese and stuff. There's a really good local cheese place near me. But then did some more work. Gibson, Aho, and Evangelista. Really like Evangelista as a player. Really, really solid guy. Let me just go ahead. Okay, camera's still good. Perfect. Brown, Ludwig, and Svozil for Columbus on the Young Gun canvas. Is it focusing? There we go. Yeah, Vegas is off to a 2-0 series lead. Kind of shocking. I thought Dallas looked decent, but just haven't been able to score. Larkin, black and white of Kachuk, and Jack Hughes. I'll just go all there. Nylander seems like he might be back in the lineup tonight, or tomorrow, sorry. Which is big. Migraine issues are no joke, so. Hellebuck, Morgan Riley, and Mason Lohrei. You know what we haven't pulled yet is a Phantomation. Draisaitl on the Sparkles, Beniers, and Clevin. Getting a Phantomation would be pretty sick. Or like a non-Zach Benson good outburst Young Gun. Panarin. Well, didn't have to wait long for that. This one's corner is definitely not the best. Not the best corner on this guy, unfortunately. Like, I don't think it's bad enough to send it in, but yeah, it ain't. It's probably an 8, maybe. Yeah, probably an 8 would be safe. So, but hey, it's still a Bedard Young Gun. So let me go ahead and get my little stickers. 1 second, so then I can label them, just because that way we know this is Young Gun 1 for the random. And there's the Nelson Outburst Silver behind it. Let's put that there. And yeah, I think, where's a decoy? I think this might help show the corner a little bit better, but yeah, corner's just rounded on that guy, unfortunately. Honestly, like, yeah, it's just like a little bit chipped up, but again, on a massively produced product, you're going to get issues like that, and then the Nelson for the Islanders. So frustrating, but at the same time, like, you know, when you're putting this many cards into this many packs, and like, you're gonna have some print issues. Ovechkin on the Glaring, Stutzla, and Askarov. One of those, like, it's not the worst young gun I've seen from it, but it's definitely like, it's the worst Bedard quality-wise that we pulled. Kakinen, Morella, and Kachuk. But, still a Bedard young gun. You're still, like, happy with the pull. We have Makar, Fowler, Bolduc. Jamie Benn, Marcus Foligno, Artur Silovs. Will he get action? This one also has a little bit of a rounded corner. Will he get action in the playoffs? I hope so. Actually, you know what? I kind of don't hope so. Beniers, Wilson, and Askarov. You know what? No, I do hope so, because if Demko's out for like a longer period of time, you're gonna, like, you probably won't want Casey DeSmith starting every single game. Just gotta get the base cards put away here. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Having a good time. Played intramural basketball yesterday. Well, not intramural, but like rec basketball, and like kind of just a fun league, and like a fun multi-sport league. And it is a lot of fun. I have not played basketball in like 10 years. So it was... kind of forgot how tiring it is, but also it was a lot of fun. So 99977 on the box number. All right. Sparkles, Georgiev, Schwartz, and Kopanen. I can definitely tell, like, I'm glad I've been doing like some minor workouts and stuff around the house, doing more. It's not Bedard. I know it's not Bedard, because you'd have the stick there. But Crosby, Leo Carlson, and hey, Kevin Korchinski. You know what? If you're not going to get Bedard, the next best outburst to get is Korchinski for Chicago. So that'll be a random. 31 team random at the end, kind of. Whoever gets Chicago essentially will get the Korchinski in there. Nice. Leo Carlson. Corners are sharper on this guy, but he has the usual like kind of print roller mark up there that you've come to know and hate. But again, whenever it's a massively printed product, it's it'll happen. McDavid, Caulfield, Scheifele. Markstrom, Mattapello, and Cole McWard for the Canucks. Now, what's our next hockey release? I believe it's Ultimate next week, so that'll be fun. A little bit more hit-based. Bergeron, Owen Beck on the fluorescence. That's a nice fluorescence red. And Forrester. So 2022-23 Ultimate should be a lot of fun. I know people have kind of died off on the 22-23 crop, but I think it's starting to creep back up. Greer, Letang, Walker Dewar. Especially with Slavkovsky doing well. I mean, Wyatt Johnson not having the strongest playoffs. so far is not helping, but I still think he's the best player in that set. So, Ottinger, Delgaizo, and Jeannot. Aho, Forsberg, Casper. Does Brinks deliver these boxes now? I mean, I don't know. Hischier, Jake Allen, Bobby McMahon. Another player the Leafs could use from their team. Yeah, it's wild how expensive the product is still, to be honest. McDavid on the PC Sparkles. Kaprizov, Peltier. Especially because like the Bedard Young Guns have dropped a lot in value. But Zibanejad, Caulfield, Emberson. Frederick, Gallagher, Walker Dewar. All right, 2 boxes. You know what? Good first 2 boxes. Go ahead and say good first 2 boxes. Are they the best? No, but they're good. And good is good. Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of wild that like it's definitely a lot cheaper than what you'd call the flagship of other sports, like Prism. I mean, this would be essentially like Bowman Draft. Kind of. It'd be like a really good Series 2 or something, but yeah. Excuse me. Uh, 317. What are the keys? 801. I wonder if Upper Deck knows what case number the Bedard 1/1 is in. Ecliptic Sparkles like Kempa, Gaudreau, and Casper. By the way, if the focus isn't working well, let me know because I will set the manual focus. But it doesn't look like it's too bad. Panarin, Balinskis, Esselindel. McDavid, Stützle, Peltier. Base on the rest. Yeah, Black Diamond's also... Black Diamond's a weird product. Josh Brown. Well, didn't have to wait long to get number 2. So, good news is that we pulled 2 Bedards in this case. Bad news is we can't pull another one. This one's in much better shape. A little bit of the kind of typical print thing up there, but so you're gonna want to get YG2 in the random. If you're picky, you're gonna want to get YG2. But I mean, 3 boxes in, not having to worry about getting 2 Bedards in the case is honestly a very nice relief. Because, again, that's where so much of the value comes from. Hugh McGing on the Young Gun canvas. And it means 2 people are going to be coming home pretty happy. I believe that they have... I believe that they have said that the 1/1 is in hobby. At least I'm not, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure there is an interview about that. So Larkin, Drew Doughty on the clear cut, and Matthew Nyes. But yeah, if the 101 is on EPAC, we would probably find out within the release time of EPAC because people would definitely let others know. Hellebuck, Doughty, Kanashko. Also, I think for them, that's actually a pretty decent, like, liability thing. But we'll see. Makar is a Banjad doer. I really do hope that, like, I don't know, having major chase cards in EPAC only, like, I'm very conflicted on that because on one hand, it's great for people that don't have a local store and want to be able to open up boxes or something like that. On the other hand, it just sucks to have, you know, not the chase cards pulled like in a box. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I don't know exactly how it works, but McDavid, Foligno, and Delgado. I honestly don't know quite how it works, but because you think about how much time and effort it'd also take the company to do that. What they might do is they might prep the hobby boxes. There's a card stuck behind this. Instinctive of Binnington on the Sparkles, Gord, and Zegras. Like, I would almost assume that they just like do their random distribution before packs, and then we got a Young Guns Deluxe coming up here. Billy Sweezy, we pulled him last week. Too bad that wasn't Bedard. Stutzla, LaFerriere, but I don't know. It could be, but then they got a then the company that's ripping and open them up, which is Check Out My Cards essentially, is they're ripping them and like inventorying them, and I guess it's actually Upper Deck that's doing that. I don't know how exactly it works between them, but Gibson, Ben, and Edvinson. But then you've got to like, for them from like an inventory management perspective and stuff like that, because they've got to know somewhat. Capo, Kakinen, Solovyov, and Hintz. So, curious. I should actually look into that. Yeah, EPAC is definitely rougher for Canadians. That's definitely true. Unless the box price ends up being like cheaper, which doesn't always happen, but can. Okay. Just gonna get some of these out of the way here. I'm gonna be curious to see what this is at on EPAC, so. All right, well, the third half here, or next third half, first third done. This is box 248, by the way. But yeah, I also do wonder how much of this product is just being sat on and not opened up right away. Could you imagine if the Bedard 101 just sat on for like a number of years? Saros, Lekanen, Bolduc. That would be wild. All right, there we go. There's a focus. Pedersen, McMahon, Sergachev. So second, Bobby McMahon. That's a good one to get. At least for right now. I don't think long-term it's going to be the best, but hey, you never know. McDavid, Kopitar, Brady Tkachuk. There we go. Ecliptic Sparkles of Ovechkin, Mason McTavish, and Milos Kelman for Utah. I gotta get used to saying Utah. I might as well start sprinkling it in now. Highlighters Gold of Phil Kessel for Vegas, Austin Matthews, and Jackson Lacombe. Again, just as a reminder, as per usual, all of our Team Canada cards go to either their current team if they're an active player or most games played if they're retired. So Hughes, Scheifele, Kadri. In the case of Bedard, because it's just Bedard on the card, it'd be a Bedard card random. Forget his program of excellence, which is something that we haven't pulled, and statistically we probably should have pulled by now. Sorokin, Seelovs, Vasilevsky. Get 1.5 per. We're at case. I think we're at case 9. And then I did 2 for singles as well, so I haven't pulled one yet. So I feel like I'm due. Barzell, Kopitar, and Evangelista. Dazzler's coming up here. Connor with a Kachekov and a Mantipalo. Paxer, Slippery. Copley, Samiskevich, and Jet Greaves. 2 more packs to go in this box. Again, it's probably going to be a decently quiet rest of the break here. Pedersen, Afanaseyev for the Predators, and Askarov. Wow, that's a playoff pack right there. Canucks and Predators. Sam Carrick, Alex Ovechkin, and Voronkov. Yeah, I know people that do a lot of stuff like on ePack just because then you don't have to worry about doing the like dealing with all the base cards and also the achievement stuff for it, which is pretty cool. That is one thing I do like about ePack is that you do get these like the achievements for completing sets and stuff like that, which I think is kind of fun. But I wonder what the hype's going to be in a couple of years for Bedard's cousin, because he's also pretty good at hockey. I think we're starting to see some of the Gavin McKenna buzz. Not starting to, we are seeing it, but wouldn't be shocked if he's on the junior team next year. I mean, he should be on the junior team next year. Markstrom, Zibanejad, Clayton Keller. Svechnikov, Poitras, and Anthony Mantha for the Capitals. Matty P. That one also has the same issue as the first Bedard we pulled, where it's just that slightly soft corner. There. So just as a heads up. I wouldn't say slightly soft. It is a soft corner. McDavid. Gustafson. That one's got a chip in the top. And McWard. Try and call out most of the like main issues I see, especially on the bigger value cards, but every once in a while one will slip through without me noticing. So Toffoli, Voronkov again. Yeah, this one's not great. And John Beecher on the Young Gun canvas. Another one of our fluorescences. Samsonov, Henry Thrun, and Kelman on the honor roll. Matthews, Wheeler, Belinskis of the Uvis variety. we got a Delorier, Bedard Carlson on the checklist. So that'll be a random between Chicago and Anaheim. If we get 2, both teams will get one. If we get, say, a high gloss of it and a regular one, we'll random off the high gloss. Loser will get the worst one. There's also a Kublik canvas in there as well. But, yeah. Pasta, Marner, Patera. Oh, well, there's a third Bedard. Dazzlers. We find the bottom's not horrible. But hey. Nice third Bedard with a Jet Gree, or no, Merzlikins, and a Hunter Shepherd. What do we need to pull still? An Outburst Young Gun, a Clear Cut, Bergeron on the PC Sparkles, Pedersen for the Canucks, and Tage for the Sabres. Still have technically a Clear Cut Young Gun. Probably 4 more numbered cards and another Outburst. An Outburst Red. We pulled a lot of these. Kyrou. Well, we pulled a Buchnevich last week. Kyrou this week to 25. That's our 4th Outburst Red. Definitely 3rd from breaks and 4 from like all the products that like I've opened up. Rantanen, Condota. We're definitely beating the odds on those. We've pulled more, like, because by the time we should have pulled 4, we should have pulled like 2, technically, or a little bit under 2. High glosses, but I don't think we've pulled a high gloss yet that I can remember. Kachuk, Vasilevsky, Maxence Gannett. I do like the Outbursts. They look nice. Also, this is really not centered. There we go. Good box. Anytime you get an Outburst Red, you should be happy with your box, even if it's not the best one, just because it's like a really rare card to hit. And sometimes, like, yeah, it's not going to pay for your box. Yeah, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's still a really cool card. All right. Box 6. Well, we've got 2 numbered cards, so we should get 3 to 4 in the rest of the case. Still need our Clear Cut Young Gun. Sparkles of Vanchek, McDavid on the canvas, and Patera on the Superstars. So, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get a high gloss Bedard in this. Oh, there's a Outburst Young Gun. Point, Sertif, and Angle. Well, if you have Columbus, you're happy with your Young Gun parallels at least. Deluxe and Outburst Silver. That's decent. But still continues our streak of not getting really any major Outburst Silvers. McDavid, Shesterkin, Olmark. Maybe we'll hit the Bedard Bedard like canvas printing plate or Dazzler's printing plate. That'd be pretty sick too, eh? O'Brien, Mintikov, and Bobby McMahon. Put them both over here. I'll top load and sleeve them after. Again, all of our Young Guns get individually sleeved and top loaded. Even the bad players might change in the long term. But for now, that's the way we'll keep it. So, Demko, please come back. Niederreiter and McWard. Just because they do tend to be They are the paper stock market. They tend to go up and down in value the most and hold their value really well. So I like to try and keep those cards at least a little bit better protected in shipping. Well, there's a Crosby and a McDavid on the deep roots and our second Young Gun checklist. So both teams will get one now. If we get a third, we'll just random off the third. But both teams get one. Put them up there because I don't need to random them anymore. So nice, another little. That Chicago random is going to be nice. Korchinski guaranteed the Korchinski Outburst Silver, the checklist. So Zegras, Kesselring for the Yotes, and Dylan Strome. Maroon, Shabbat, Gannett of the Max Sense variety. Mercer, Eichel, Clay Stevenson. Yeah, if you're here for the Black Diamonds SP Game Use Mixer, that'll be after this break, so probably about another half hour or so. Kucherov, Dougie, and Cole Gutman. Sparkles, gold sparkles of Kucherov on the PCs. It's about maybe win the heart, but also maybe get swept. With a Jack Hughes and an Emile Andre. Carlson, Carter Hart, Dustin Wolf. All right, halfway through. How are we feeling about this case? Feel like it's been like, if you were to stop this for a half case, you'd be really happy. You know, you got your 2 Bedard Young Guns, you got an Outburst, you got a Deluxe Young Guns, 2 of the checklists, a Dazzlers, your 2 Silver Outbursts. Feels like I'd be happy with this. Here we go. Second half. Can we pick up the pace here? Can we hit something sicker than a base Connor Bedard Young Guns or a Kyrou Outburst Red? Ideally, I would like to put the Bedards on the same stand. McDavid, Angle, Mercer. Olivier, the Draisaitl, and a Marilinen. Camera's really not wanting to focus close up today. I just want to change this quickly 1 second. Just gonna throw a manual focus on it. Always bugs me a little bit. Manual, and I think I want it to be about 50. Oh, 53 should be good, right? If I hold these up, this will be nice and in focus. Cool. All right. Sorry about that. Just one of those like aesthetic things that, you know, it's nice when the cards that you're actually looking at in the packs are in focus. So McCann, Bobrovsky, Matt Murray of the Dallas Stars, not of the Toronto Maple Leafs. McCann again for the Kraken with a Taylor Radish and a Matthew Nice. Exclusives, Jack Roslovich for the Columbus Blue Jackets with the Draisaitl and Nick Swaney Young Guns. So there's another numbered card. We're at 3 now. Got a chance for 6. Seen 6 in a case pretty regularly, but it's been 5 the past few for us. So I think it depends on how many population counts you pull, essentially. Beniers, Yossi, and well, there's another Bedard. There's his portrait. So the only thing we're really missing is just the pink dazzlers, I guess, in terms of what we can still pull outside of really rare parallels. But yeah, a little bit over halfway through getting all of that done is pretty sick. Shakai, Zary, and Doug Gilmour on the retired canvas. Nice Zary, nice Doug Gilmour for the Leafs. That in the that pile. Oop. These cards decided to fall. 1 second. All right. Grubauer. Swayman on the black and white canvas, and a Matt Murray for the Stars. Draisaitl, William Karlsson, and Stanislav Svozil. Draisaitl on PC Sparkles, Sonny Milano, Owen Beck. Jared McCann, Semeskovich, and Kyler Yamamoto for the Oilers. On the out for silver. McDavid, Georgiev, Kyrou. And that's box 7. Another Bedard. It's been a Bedard every box except for 1. Technically. All right. Let's go on to box 8 with 127. Honestly, good question. But yeah. There's some weirder ones in this set. OPG was really weird, actually. There were players that were like, for the entire 22-23 season, were on a different team. But they were still on their old team. For this, it is more, I think they set the checklist at like the beginning of the year. Roughly for the base set. Like, I would imagine that the base checklist for Series 2 is finalized around the same time as that the base checklist for Series 1 is. And so if they don't have the updated photography, then it's hard to change those players out. Panarin, Kanashko, random between Vancouver and Edmonton on the canvas. Again, if we happen to get a different variation on the canvas, 1 of 1, something like that, black and white, then we'll random off the better one. Loser will get the worst one. But yeah. Report. Spam next. Spam next. Spam. Block close. 1 I just, I hate all of like bots and stuff like that. It just preys on people who aren't, you know, familiar with scams. Kemper, another bad clear cut. Mark Delgado and Jason Robertson. You know, it's one of my least favorite things about like the rise of bots and stuff like that. It's just, it's not good for the people who like are easily susceptible to it, and that sucks. It's like this scam telephone calls. Gaudreau, Kraus, Hammond, Actel. You know, it's trying to take advantage of people that are vulnerable, and there's been a few that have just been like gotten really good lately at it. It just sucks. Bobrovsky, Lindholm for the Flames, and Afanaseyev. So, Deluxe of Stützle. Pasta, Jackson Lacombe. That brings us up to 4 numbered cards. Yeah. 2 deluxes, an exclusives, and an outburst red. Hey, the only thing we need left are a high gloss and an outburst gold, so I'd love to pull any outburst gold. McKinnon, Sagan, Will Cooley. I just want to see what they look like in person, you know? Vasilevsky, Ferrier, Lucas Reichel. Philip Forsberg, Brad Marchand, the Nuge. Also, we haven't pulled any base image variations yet. Forster, Logan Thompson, Patia. We haven't pulled the Bill Clinton, Mark Messier card. Clayton Keller, Mintakov again, and Nylander. I'll put Nylander up there. He's a little bit better. One of the better outburst silvers to get. Mr. McDavid, Jano, Levi. I think we still have 1 pink Dazzlers left as well. Olivier on the Sparkles, Director of Boards, Konechny, and Simone Edvinsson. Should be another full row. Box. I can't count. 9. So yeah, what do we have left? Program of Excellence canvas. I think maybe 2 black and white canvases. And at least 1 numbered card. And probably 1 more base clear cut. Columbus in this break always gets a huge stack. Like, if you just care about getting card volume, Columbus they've got 5, 6 Young Guns in the product. So, like, you're guaranteed at least 6 cards. Never mind the subsets and everything like that. Like, yeah, none of them are that great. Veronkov's decent, but that is a Young Guns exclusives. I think. Yeah, Young Guns exclusives of Ryan Shea for the Penguins. Hey, not a good Young Gun exclusives to get, but it's a Young Guns exclusives. They are extremely tough to pull this year. So we'll highlight that guy. We're actually doing really good on our numbered parallels. Come on, Bedard, stay. Good Bedard. Kempa Solovyov. And you'd rather see, like, you know, Connor Bedard or, you know, Leo Carlson, Zach Benson, Mintikov, Korchinski. But hey, you take a Young Gun exclusives when you can get them this year. Bennington, Carlson, and Lacombe. Reefs, Lunau, and Duclair. We did have one fluorescence left. I didn't think about that. Robertson, Marco Kasper, Panarin. I really hope we see Marco Kasper in the NHL next year. I think he kind of stagnated this year a little bit, which is disappointing, but I still think he's a really good player. Ville Husso, Thomas Hertel, and Hunter Shepard. Yeah, all of our numbered cards have been base parallels, which is, again, generally what you want to see. Thompson, Beauvillier, and Aiden McDonough. Robertson, there's a Zach Benson, and a Josh Manson. He had a beautiful goal the other day. Also, I'm a very big Zach Benson believer. I think he'll end up being the second best selling Young Gun from this set. Definitely top 5, but where I would rank him is 2. McDavid, Keller, and Faber. The only reason I don't have Carlson ranked as high is that I just don't think he's as flashy. And, like, you know, flash kind of sells players a little bit better. But Carlson, I picture Carlson to be more like Ryan Getzlaf, or like really good player, just doesn't get the hobby love. Watson, Gannett, Panarin. No relation to Tyler Benson. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Hart, Barkov, and Svozil. So the year the Vancouver Giants drafted Benson in the WHL, I was interning there, and my name was Tyler, and another person there was Benson, and it's kind of funny because it's Tyler Benson and Tyler Benson. Thompson, Kaprizov, and there's Mr. Shea. And last pack. Honestly, like, really good 9 boxes. Tage, Sider, McAvoy. Go ahead and come on. Here we go. All right. Let's go to this box just because it's going to be the one that's the hardest to get to the longer we go. I mean, what are we hoping to see? Outbursts? Outburst golds? What else? 866 on the box number. Omark, Lavoie, And Todd Harvey. Was this the Sharks? I feel like it might have been the Sharks. I forget. Yeah, it was the Sharks with 301 games with the Sharks. His next closest would have been Dallas at 239. So it's the Sharks on that guy. Let me go ahead and I know that one now. Well, there's our program of excellence. Technically could get like a recent player, but Kairu? Well, there's a program of excellence black and white of Brendan Morrow. These are actually really tough to hit, so that's for Dallas. The only thing that bugs me about this card is that on the checklist it's listed as Brendan Morrison. And I'm a big Brendan Morrison fan. Seth Jones. That's correct, right? 1, 2, 3. And that would have been, the young gun would have been 4, 5, 6. Yep. Vejmelka, Bergeron, Joel Teasdale. Konechny, Spurgeon, Farrell. Highlighter's orange. I don't know why it's backwards, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Oilers with a Bo Horvat and Damien Giroux. Orange is a little bit tougher to get than yellow. Honestly, got a little bit better of a background picture in there. So one thing I wish they did with these cards is actually explain like what the highlight's about. Because they're supposed to be around like highlights that have happened, but if you don't know what the highlight is, then you know. Sogard, McKinnon, and Desnoyers. Ovechkin, Condota, McAvoy. Skinner, Thomas Forsberg. Skinner, Connor, Damon Hunt. Man, Sorokin's looked kind of rough lately. Which sucks. I think he's still really talented and like wouldn't give up on him, but Tristan Jarry, Kirill the Thrill Marchenko, and Matthew Scorinato. Kaprizov, Beecher, and Mark Stone. The Spleen Man. Glaring of McKinnon with a McEwen and a Nestorenko. That was our weakest box. You know, nothing fancy pulled in it. No major base parallels. The black and white canvas is cool, but like, you know. Like, oh yeah, the black and white canvas is cool, but it's Brendan Morrow. So, all right. Box 11. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, 2 Bedards, his Dazzlers, his portraits. Pretty good little break there, if I'd have to say myself. Because that random's going to be like, it's going to be a 5-spot random at the end for sure. So, you know, it's essentially giving people a 1 in 6 chance roughly for a decent little additional bonus to their spot. So, Jakai on the Sparkles, Rust, and Pedersen. Hopefully Pedersen can kind of right his game a little bit. I do wonder if he's dealing with a wrist injury. But Ovechkin, there's a base Korchinski and a Victor Arvidsson. One of the things that has bugged me about the Pedersen talks is like, oh, like he should be driving it without elite wingers and stuff. But it's like, he's with the 4th liner and Höglander. Like, I love Höglander. Big Höglander fan. But like when he doesn't play good, and like he hasn't been playing good recently, like he's a 3rd liner at best. And you look at like all the other top players in the league and who they have at least like one legit top 6 forward. McDavid, Vanecek, and McMahon. And I feel like that actually kind of matters a little bit because, hey, if your game's a little bit off, you can right the ship a little bit easier, you know? Marner, Matt Tompkins, and Michael Kesselring. Still no excuse, like he does need to be a little bit better. He knows that. Everybody knows that. Pezzetta, Thatcher, please come back. Demko, Dufour for the Islanders. Saros, Nylander, Fraser Minton. Kucherov, Ty Cartier, and Trevor Zegras. Thanks, Cartier. Had a solid end to the season, I think. Jari, Patterson, Hughes. I believe we're at 5 numbered cards, so we might not get another one, but we could get one more. Caulfield, Konechny, Hugh McKing. Grubauer, Kadri, Kucherov. Yeah. I hope that's not the case, but Tage on the Pink Dazzlers. Tage and Billy Sweezy. Last pack of this box. That's another pretty mid box. Tage, Malkin, Ridley, Gregg. Honestly, like, what was special about that box? Every once in a while, it's just like, try and remember what was like good about a box. That one is like Young Gun Canvas, Tage Pink, Demko Clear Cut. I guess Cartier is decent, but yeah, I mean, that's also what's going to happen when you pull 2 Bedards in your first 3 boxes, so. Hey. Never know what's going to be in this box. Could be anything. Could even be a Cale Makar outburst. All right, last box. Yeah, it's always just funny though when you start off a break so top heavy of a product that like you more or less know what you're gonna hit, and it's like, well, the rest of this is probably gonna be not as exciting. And it's just kind of like, okay, we just need to go through the motions because that's literally all that's left to do. Sorokin, Angle, and Mikael Granlund. Big pile of individual cards to sleeve and top load. Barzell, Stamkos, Coronado. Kachuk, Kachekov, Beecher. Crosby on the Ecliptic Sparkles, Kucherov, Nestorenko. Ooh, Monster Season goal of McDavid. Well, that's nice at least. Has a little bit of an indent there. Numbered 36. Austin Matthews. Matt Murray. You know what? We did okay on our numbereds. It is the Artifacts Redemption checklist is out. It is out. 1 second. Let me grab that for you. It's just not, I don't think it's on Cardboard Connection because but it is out. There you go. I'm going to make a video on that, I think maybe next week or the week after. I've been meaning to, I just haven't had a ton of time. Between catching up with the show and all the singles and stuff and trying to plan out breaks a little bit further in advance. So Hughes, Couture, and Hughes. Yeah. Main things I'd note is that it looks like the cutoff date is before Brennan Othman debuted, because otherwise I think he would have been in that. Copley, Kesselring. Well, why not add another Connor Bedard to the mix? Sure. Sorry, my cat just made a really weird noise. 1 second. She fell. What did you do? Sorry. I think she knocked like 3 books off of the like little ottoman storage bench thing that we have, and was making really like a different type of meow than what I'm normally used to her having when she does her zoomies. So it's like just making sure she's okay. Now she just wants attention. Pedersen, Morgan Riley, and Cole Gutman. I don't know if you can hear her in the background at all, but she is meowing loudly. Sam Carrick, Clayton Keller, Hugh McKing. Okay, that Bedard random at the end is going to be spicy, though. 2 young guns. Program of Excellence. Dazzlers and Portraits. AJ Greer, Jake DeBrusk, Dustin Wolf. I want to make sure I didn't put anything in here when I got distracted by the demon. Oh, all good. 2 packs to go. You know what? Really good box to end things off on. The McDavid Monster Season is nice. Patterson for the Canucks, Tristan Luneau, and Rasmus Anderson. The Riley is a solid clear cut. The Bedard Program of Excellence is obviously super nice as well. So McDavid, Kopitar, and Brent Burns for the Hurricanes. That card, it always trips me up. So, let me get randoms set up here. So we have this guy, and then these 3 or these 5, and all of Chicago. 1 second here. So we'll need 3 randoms. 1, 2, 3. We will need the list of teams. Let me go ahead and get that. Place that into this one. And this time all 31 teams are in there. We will need one that is just Vancouver, Edmonton. And I need to list out the Bedard cards, which are Young Guns number 1, Young Guns number 2, Program of Excellence. Dazzlers Blue and Portraits. All right, that should be 6 cards. Well, six items, because you have Chicago in there as well. Go ahead and get these moved out of the way. Paste. All right. Over to the team random view. So 3 times on the Vancouver Edmonton canvas checklist. Once, twice, 3rd time. That did not move at all, and it's Edmonton. So Edmonton on that. And then the Bedard random. So we have the Chicago Blackhawks, Young Guns 1, Young Guns 2, the Program of Excellence, the Dazzlers Blue, and the Portraits. Again, the top 6 teams after this next random. So we'll do another random for the teams again 3 times. We'll whatever you line up with is what you get. So once, twice, 3rd time. So Young Guns 1. Again, you want Young Guns 2. That is what you want. You want Young Guns 2. Go here. Make them all 18. There we go. And then teams 2 times. Once, twice, 3rd time. Rangers, Blues, Bruins, Sabres, Blue Jackets. Wow, Blue Jackets had a break. Blue Jackets had a break. So Young Guns 1 goes to the Rangers. Program of Excellence goes to the Blues. Boston gets all of the Chicago cards. The Sabres get the Portraits. Young Guns 2 goes to the Blue Jackets. And then the Dazzlers Blue goes to the Islanders. So there are your Bedard randoms. Overall, pretty solid break. Actually, Blues had a really good break too. Let me go ahead and get these listed out. So 1 second here. We have NYR, STL, Buff, CBJ, and New York Islanders. Oh, Albert, you had the Islanders coup. Nice. Congrats. All right, so Young Guns 2 goes to, you had the Islanders. Well, you got the Dazzlers. I don't know why I thought that. My brain's going 500 miles a minute right now. Young Guns 2 is the Blue Jackets. You had the Blue Jackets. Maruzio. All right, this is my way of marking them just so I know. The stickers are on the outside. They're really easy to take off. Buffalo on the Portraits. St. Louis on the POE. Yeah, that's what matters, all right? And then the Rangers on Young Guns 1. Perfect. All right, So recap from the break. 2 base Bedard Young Guns. Rangers get Young Guns 1. This one has the worst corner. Young Guns 2 goes to Columbus. This one is in honestly really nice shape. Buffalo gets the portraits. Islanders get the Dazzlers Blue. St. Louis gets the POE. In terms of other cool stuff that we pulled, Delgado was a clear cut, Angle, and then Korchinski were Outburst Silvers. We hit a Young Guns exclusives of Ryan Shea to 100. These are honestly pretty tough to get. Outburst Red of Kyrou to 25. Got the Monster Season McDavid, Deluxe of Stutzla, exclusives of Roslovic, and Young Guns Deluxe of Billy Sweezy. So overall, honestly, really solid case. That is Group Break 430. 431 coming up next.